Peaceful Rising Love. Welcome to the sacred space wrapped within your rising essence. My name is Amora, and this is your private time to awaken from your most divine state of mind. So join me as I gently guide you through the creation of a beautiful day. I have one question for you. Do you feel deserving? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel like you're missing something? Do you feel unmotivated? As women, we are amazing beings. We are more than baby factories. We are the gold sent here from the ethers. And with me having a vast understanding of what it means to be a woman, what our superpowers are, how loving and protective we are, how scientifically strong we are, and how delicate we are at the same time. With knowing all of this information myself, it saddens me when I see women not seeing that in themselves. As women, we go through a lot. However, we can only sit and pity ourselves for so long. We can only sit in the fight or flight mode for so long before it becomes deadly to us. So let's talk about it a little bit, ladies. We encounter so many things throughout this life, and our brain have a funny way of remembering the really negative things or only the really positive things. And it sometimes doesn't hold the memory of both aspects to the realistic level of what it actually was. I will say that the most beautiful thing that we can do is take time to ourselves. And I know a lot of the time as women, or even as people, we don't really like to be alone. We're a social species. We love validation from others. We love the energy of others. We love the opposite energy around us most of the time. But if we're alone, we're not getting any of that. However, there is absolute power in solitude, and there's even more power in enjoying that solitude. Within the solitude, most of the time it comes a lot of healing, as long as you're utilizing that solitude properly. Using that time spent to get to know yourself a little better. We don't usually grow up within solitude, which is a wonderful thing. However, what that means is that as adults, we need to take advantage of the moments we have to be able to be alone. I absolutely love this term, and I use it all the time. Know thyself. It is the best thing you could ever do for yourself. Know who you truly are. Stop going on social media. Social media has its wonderful perks, but it also have a lot of spiritual downfalls as well. And if you're in a position where you're already vulnerable, you already feel like you may not know who you are, I would strongly advise that you sit with yourself. Take some months off of social media. People don't always have to have access to you, because we have to learn to love ourselves. And how can we love ourselves fully if we don't even understand ourselves? We don't understand why we like the things we like, why we eat the things we like. We don't understand why we feel the way we feel, why we think the way we think, why we learn the way we learn, why we teach the way we teach, why we talk, walk, think the way that we do. These are simple things. And a lot of the time, we don't know. We have no clue. We just think, oh, that's just me. That's just how I am. Not understanding that you were bred in a specific environment at a specific time. You went through a lot of things who made you who you are. But just because that's who you are doesn't mean that that's who you want to be. And it doesn't mean that's who you should be. And it definitely doesn't mean that's who you have to be. Change is the one guaranteed thing in this life. You will change, for the better or for the worse, through your experiences, through what you learn, through other people. Why not have full cognitive control over that instead of allowing life to take you by the hand and control you itself? So, my message today is to love you. And in order to love you, you have to know you. And in order to know you, you need silence. Silence of things outside of yourself. I know it's a cliche thing that people probably say all the time, but connecting with nature is probably the most beautiful thing you can do. You, God, and nature. Whatever God looks like to you. Plants will give you life. They will give you answers. They will send you messages. You just gotta be available to hear it. You have to be quiet enough to hear it. You have to be open enough to hear it. They are our healers. You are a healer. And the creator of all things is definitely a healer. So all three of you combined is the ultimate medicine. Watch what you eat. Watch what you listen to. During your time of solitude, be very careful of the things you give your energy to. Because really the main focus is you giving your energy to you. If you work a job, go to work, come home, focus on you. And you can do this for a month. You can do this for 3 months. You can do this for 6 months. You can do this for a year. The goal is to get to know yourself, get to learn yourself, get to heal yourself. Do a lot of reading. Listen to psychologists. Listen to self-help books. Do extensive research. Take your time. Take it slow. Especially as women, we feel like we have to rush and do everything. We have to rush and connect with our husbands. We have to rush and have our children. We have to rush and get our lives together. We have to rush and do everything in our minds, where in reality, we do so much better when we're taking our time. As women, we should not rush anything in this life. Anything beautifully made, holistically, by hand, by nature, it took time. If you look at the way that fruits are created, if you ever had a garden or planted a tree, you know that the sweetest and the most nutrient fruit on that tree took time. So I hope that this gave you some motivation to work on yourself. Maybe this is just step one to come into your radiant feminine energy, your princess energy, where you are receiving. But at this point, you're receiving from yourself. You're receiving kindness and love and openness and vulnerability. So I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I would definitely appreciate it if you like, share, and subscribe. I have more content coming. Thank you so much. Love yourself. Know thyself. Enjoy.